Police officers stand off and a graphic takedown of a knife-wielding, stabbing suspect in downtown Seattle. Police body cam footage released, and I must warn you that the footage is graphic and not suitable for all audiences. So if you have young children or anyone susceptible to what could potentially be seen here close by, do not let them watch this video without parental supervision and having the ability to answer and address questions that they may have after you see what just happened. Body cam footage of response to shooting at Rainier Beach. Multiple explosive devices used in a bombing at Seattle Hospital encampment just outside. Unruly crowd in Capitol Hill blocks Seattle police from reaching illegal street racing takeover, unable to allow emergency vehicles through. And get this, now aggressive coyotes are spotted. They're pretty much starting to just roam the streets in Seattle. It's becoming this barren wasteland now that things have kind of gotten really, really out of hand. And even other YouTubers are regretting their decisions and sharing their own secrets of what they wish they knew before moving to Seattle from California. Talk about out of the frying pan and into the fire, right? Spoiler alert, poverty levels reached and the impossible struggle of affording the insanely high cost of living on just $27,000 a year, $27K in Seattle for this young Asian millennial is real. I mean, you need Seattle Seahawks money like Devin Witherspoon to afford a good life in this extremely left-leaning and lawless police state regime. And for those reasons, we will likely never go back. All right, so now I will say that we did go and visit Seattle last summer when we were doing our full-time van life road trip. And Seattle was very interesting. But this time, they've got someone else with them. And now this time, the person with them, I think, realizes that they see me. Now, they see that. And what do? I want y'all to be prepared, okay? Not high on my list of places that I would want to travel to again, nor would I ever really recommend anyone to go. But we did get a chance to walk down their main street. I think it's Pike Street, maybe. We got the chance to see the original Starbucks location, some iconic areas from different movies that the names of these movies escape me at the moment. But besides that, that was pretty much it. Everything closed relatively early. The streets at night were seemingly unsafe. It seemed like a central hub, maybe for international visitors, more than likely of Asian origin, and primarily for tech and business conferencing. That was pretty much it. There's very, very little that I could really tell you about Seattle that really got me excited. And the best part about it was the fact that if it weren't for Seattle, we wouldn't have gotten to the Oregon coast, which is absolutely beautiful. The traveling down the Pacific Coast Highway, down Highway 1 into California, amazing sights and views. And I wish we had an opportunity to go out on a whale watching cruise, but unfortunately the weather and high winds prevented that from happening. But other than that, look guys, if there's more to it, please let me know. But that's essentially what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, what I'm reading is that people don't want to be there. The political landscape is questionable at best. And businesses like Target and Walmart and Cracker Barrel and others have chosen to pull out of the dangerous, crime-ridden areas that are seemingly provoked by those voted into power, and they have no intention of returning. So where's the upside here? What am I missing? I mean, honestly, guys, it's almost like the homeless have literally taken over, and they have taken over the city for the most part. It's nearly impossible to even hold a walking tour without fearing for your life and having to step over and walk around and kind of dodge the night of the living dead like zombies roaming the streets, almost as if they want it to be that way. I've actually talked to some people who live in Seattle when I was there, and they said that the government pretty much almost glorifies and is a enabler for this type of behavior, which is ultimately destroying the city and potentially destroying the state, or at least what's left of those who choose not to defect and perhaps become part of Idaho or another state that is doing things in a way that people would actually feel proud to call their home. Or you got to think, you literally have these decaying bodies on park benches in Seattle. When I saw this in real life, I could not believe it. These are things that, nightmares are made of, and I really only saw bits and pieces of on little clips on YouTube. And when I actually saw it in real life in person, it was sad. It was very sad. Very sad. But watch out for those needles, folks. You don't want to get one of those jabs. Not going to be good for you. Now, you all have spoken, and I've been listening. The main problem is that the people who voted for this disaster will pack their bags, move to greener pastures, and then vote for the same exact problems they just fled from. Yeah, you know what? That is definitely happening. We've seen it happen before, and odds are we will see it happen again. But one thing I can almost guarantee is that we will probably not see that happen here in Florida. And the worst part is that the people fleeing these cities are moving to Idaho, they're moving to Utah, Arizona, Texas, and bringing the same crazy policies to these states with them. Man, y'all better get out while you still can. Congratulations, Seattle. You're finally getting what everyone has been voting for. Now, these are your words, not mine, so don't shoot the messenger. Hey, I grew up in Seattle from 1977 to 2020. It was a premium childhood for me and full of safe adventures. It's very sad to see what has become. The city council has become corrupt ever since. And this one here says that Seattle is still one of the most beautiful cities I've ever been to. The surrounding landscape is breathtaking. The politics and people, not so much. But these folks, they really need help, medical attention, psychological. It actually saddens me to say, I just heard that someone that I know has actually been admitted to the hospital. Reasons not necessarily known right now. Cause of this particular problem is unknown, but there are definitely concerns that a potential injection, perhaps similar to those that we have seen happening here recently, specifically with little Bronny James, actually, getting their jab, and now experiencing strange and odd complications that there's really only one real plausible, likely scenario and possibility as to why now. I, for one, am very happy. I'm very, I rest easier at night knowing that me, myself, my wife, my kid, we did not engage in any of this activity, further pumping more profit into the hands of Pfizer balance sheets, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, others, these politicians and lawmakers who were ultimately getting their cut on the side. But the folks in Seattle, they need help. They need medical attention, and they don't have health care or any benefits like that to afford it. So it's going to have to be a volunteer situation. Hopefully they get it before things get completely out of hand, and that city ultimately just decays to no end, driving out businesses, lowering property values, and ultimately
forcing those people who wait until it's too late to be ultimately stuck there, because it's going to be impossible for them to get out without just giving up, walking away from their lives and anything that they have or have built, and starting all over somewhere new, somewhere fresh from scratch. Meanwhile, a 2.3 magnitude earthquake reading has been caused by Taylor Swift concert, which ultimately produced seismic activity. Now, this seismic activity, it was unbelievable that, one pop singer could cause so much chaos, but she is not by any means, more than likely her or the fans that paid bukus of money to watch her perform had anything to do with some of the chaos that we have seen here happening in Seattle recently. And I thought everybody wanted to leave Florida. I guess everybody should be wanting to leave Washington. What are you waiting on? But for all the fans who shelled out the cash, big dollars, spending lots and lots of money, possibly even charging them on credit cards, only to never be able to fully pay those off in their lifetime, to buy tickets and spend over $5 a gallon on gas to drive to the concert. Can you guys believe how much the gas prices are in Seattle? It's unreal. But that's nothing compared to Adele and other artists charging millions of dollars for VIP tickets, and Las Vegas casinos and hotels hitting folks over the head for this $5 million Formula One VIP entry. But hey, global warming is a thing, and we all need to drive electric vehicles, right? And while you're at it, stop using electricity and gas utilities, especially during the evening hours, between the hours of 4 p.m. and 1 a.m. or something crazy like that, or else they will charge you some 4,000% more than the normal billing rate per kilowatt hour or per therm. So yeah, look forward to that extremely high increase in prices for utility costs, expenses, further destroying your budget, which is already probably pretty tight based on what a lot of you guys have been telling me. But maybe this isn't all bad, right? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you see Seattle being the next big city to allow illegals potentially to become police officers and given guns and assault rifles to enforce the laws and oppose this massive, crazy lawlessness collapse in the Pacific Northwest, similar to what we have seen happening in Illinois, where Illinois law allows non-citizens to become police officers? Mixed reactions to this change, and new California law also allows non-US citizens to become police officers. What do you guys think about that?